name is Juliano.
And I'm Robertson.
I'm Kristin Shadrix.
And I'm Lype.
Concussions are also known as mild traumatic brain injuries. While concussions are often seen in sport, they can happen any time a blow or jolt affects the head. Sudden accelerations of the head, which can be seen in car crashes or while being violently shaken, can also cause a concussion. This force disrupts the brain function due to bleeding in or around the brain. This bleeding can potentially be fatal. After an athlete is concussed, there is an increased risk that the athlete will sustain a second concussion soon after the first incident, which is called secondary impact syndrome. It is important to note that an athlete does not have to lose consciousness in order to sustain a concussion.
Concussions come with a variety of signs and symptoms as it causes a disturbance in the brain's functioning. There are very serious injuries as prompt recognition is key. If an athlete has any signs after a blow to the head or sudden acceleration or deceleration, he should be removed from play until the concussion has been ruled out, and not return to play if a concussion is suspected. Signs of a concussion include all or any of the following: headache, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, balance problems, feeling slowed down, fatigue, trouble sleeping, drowsiness, loss of consciousness, blurred vision, difficult remembering, difficult concentrating, sensitivity to light and sound. A hit to the head could also result in a more serious injury and require immediate medical attention and activation of EAP. Such signs could be deteriorating mental status, progressive or worsening of new neurological signs, a potential C-spine injury, or a glaucoma score of less than 15.
The SCAT3, or Sport Concussion Assessment Tool, the third one written, is defined as the standard tool for evaluating injured athletes for concussions. It consists of an on-field evaluation and an off-field evaluation. For the on-field evaluation, there is the glaucoma scale, which determines if EMS needs to be activated and they have immediate care. And there's the Maddox score, which determines anterior grade and retrograde amnesia. The off-field assessment consists of a symptom evaluation, where the patient tells you what their symptoms, how severe they are on a scale from 0 to 6. There's a concentration and memory test to evaluate cognitive abilities. And there's a balance and upper extremity coordination exam to test cranial nerve function.
After a concussion has been positively diagnosed, we implement the ZERG protocol for return to play. The first step in the ZERG protocol is complete physical and cognitive rest until the patient becomes asymptomatic. Once the patient becomes asymptomatic, we go into the second stage, which is light aerobic exercise. We implement light exercise such as walking, jogging, cycling, and want their heart rate elevated to about 70% of its maximum. The third step, we begin the sport-specific exercise. So that will consist of like agility exercises in football, and we want their heart rate elevated to about 80% of its maximum. The fourth step is the non-contact sport-specific exercise. We can implement passing drills in football and want their heart rate elevated to about 90% of its maximum. And after they reach the fifth step, which is the full contact practice, after they're asymptomatic through the full contact practice, they may return to play. If at any point during these stages the athlete becomes symptomatic, they have to revert back to the previous stage until they are asymptomatic for 24 hours.
I'm Kristin Shadrix, and I'll be the athletic trainer for this situation.
And I'm Robertson, and I'll be the athlete.
We're going to be performing the symptom evaluation, and in the symptom evaluation there are 22 symptoms, and each one will be ranked on a scale from 0 to 6 with a possible maximal symptom score of 132. Right. So I want you to tell me how you're feeling right now and rank the symptom on a scale from 0 to 6. 0 being you don't have this problem at all, and 6 being it's just bugging you so bad it hurts.
Okay.
Headache.
0.
Pressure in your head.
0.
Neck pain.
2.
Nausea or vomiting.
0.
Dizziness.
2.
Blurred vision.
2.
Balance problems.
4.
Sensitivity to light.
2.
Sensitivity to noise.
2. 2,
Feeling slowed down.
2,
Feeling like you're in a fog.
2,
Don't feel right.
2,
Difficulty concentrating.
2,
Difficulty remembering.
2,
Fatigue or low energy.
2,
Confusion.
2,
Drowsiness.
0,
Trouble falling asleep.
0,
More emotional.
6,
Irritability.
2,
Sadness.
6,
Nervous or anxious.
0.
Now, do these symptoms get worse with physical activity?
Yes.
Do they get worse with mental activity?
No.
So this patient has a symptom severity score of 42, and they have 16 symptoms. And these will be compared to their baseline scores to see if they are ready to return to play. And if these are still fluctuating from what their baseline scores were, they have a concussion and they have to go back to phase 1 and rest until they are ready to move on to the next phase.
Hi, my name is Juliano, and I'm playing the athletic trainer for this scenario.
I'm Kristin Shadrix, and I'll be the injured athlete.
Alright, so we're going to test some of your cognitive awareness right now. I'm just going to ask you a few questions to see how your memory's doing, alright?
Okay.
So first, do you know what month it is?
It is October.
Okay. Do you know the date today?
The 12th?
Okay. What day of the week is it?
Tuesday,
And what year is it?
2016.
Okay. And what time is it right now?
12 o'clock?
Alright. Alright, next I'm going to read you off a list of words. When I'm done, repeat them back to me in any order as you can, alright? As many as you can. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, baby, monkey, perfume, sunset, iron.
Baby, monkey, cologne, iron.
Alright, I'm going to read you off that same list of words, and when I'm done, repeat them back to me in any order, okay?
Okay.
Baby, monkey, perfume, sunset, iron.
Baby, monkey, perfume, sunrise. I can't remember the last one.
Alright, no problem. Alright, so we're going to do that one more time. I'm going to read you the same list of words and repeat them back to me in any order when I'm done, alright?
Okay.
Baby, monkey, perfume, sunset, iron.
Baby, monkey, sunscreen. That's all I can remember.
No problem. Alright, now we're going to do some number awareness. So I'm going to read you a list of numbers. When I'm done, just repeat them back to me in the reverse order. So if I say 1, 2, 3, you would say 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Alright? So we're going to start with 3 numbers. Are you ready?
Yes.
4, 9, 3.
3, 9, 4.
Good job. Alright. 3, 8, 1, 4.
4, 1, 8, 2.
Okay. We're going to do a 4 number sequence again, a different one. Are you ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 7, 9.
9, 2, 7, 3.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to list off the months of the year in reverse order starting in January. So you'd go January, December, and so on.
January, December, November, October, August, September, September, July, June, April, May, March, February, January.
Alright. So our athlete did pretty well, but considering that she missed a good amount on the number section and on the word recall, we're going to have her rest and then wait until she's asymptomatic, and then we'll test her again. And of course, we base these off of her baseline testing.
Hi, I'm Matthew Lype, and I'll be the athletic trainer in this scenario.
I'm Kristin Shadrix, and I'll be the injured athlete.
Okay, we're going to start with a neck examination. Make sure you go through your full ranges of motion. That there's no tenderness, tingling, something like that. So what you do is put your forward for me, and backward for me. Your shoulder, and then the other one. Alright, did you have any pain, numbness, or tingling while going through those ranges of motion?
There's pain when I was going this way, and when I lean down, it tingles.
Alright, no problem, no problem, no problem. Alright, we're going to do a upper and lower limb strength assessment to make sure you can go against resistance. So just put your arms straight out front for me. Resist for me. Good. Just put your arms right here. Alright, resist for me. Good. Right here. Hands together. Resist for me. Good, good, good. Alright. Wrist hands together. Push into me. Good. Wrist. Good. No problem. You have a seat for me. All you do. Try to lift your leg off the seat. Alright. Try to lift your leg off the seat right here. Good. Try to bring your foot back to you. Good. Try to bring your foot back to you again. Alright. Good. Now we're going to test your coordination. What you do is you can do it either your right or your left hand. Whichever hand you choose out in front of you. Finger split. I want you to finger to nose, finger nose, finger nose as many times as you can. Or 5 times. Ready? Ready? Good. 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 Alright. Can you stand up for me? Those 5 words we went over and asked you to remember earlier, can you remember any of them?
Baby,
Mm-hmm.
apes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can remember.
That's no problem. That concludes this section of the SCAT3. As you can see, Kristin was still showing signs of a concussion. She had problems resisting, going through the ranges of motion. She had pain going through the ranges of motion. She had trouble lifting her leg off the seat. And we would compare these scores to her baseline.
Hi, I'm Robertson. I will be the athletic trainer.
Hi, I'm Matthew Lype, and I will be the injured athlete.
We will be performing the BEST balance test. BEST stands for Balanced Error Scoring System, and we'll be doing 4 stances. The double stance, the single leg stance, the tandem stance, and the tandem gait. What we'll be looking for is errors in their balance. Errors can be taking their hands off their hip, leaning over, opening their eyes, not being able to maintain that position for at least 5 seconds, and remaining out of that position. So we will be starting with the double stance. So I'll have you stand with your feet together, hands on your hip, and I'll have you close your eyes for 20 seconds. Alright. I'm now going to have you do the single leg stance. What I'm going to have you do, which leg do you kick a soccer ball with?
All right, leg.
Your right leg, so that's your dominant leg. Alright, I want you to stand on your left leg,
Okay.
and I want you to bring your right leg forward and up. And I'm going to have you keep your hands on your hips and close your eyes. Alright. I'm now going to have you do the tandem stance.
Okay.
So I want you to bring your right dominant foot in front of your left foot. I want you to put your hands on your hips, and I'm going to have you close your eyes. for 20 seconds. Alright, that's good. Alright, I'm going to have you do the tandem gait.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you start on this end of the line.
Okay.
I'm going to have you walk heel toe all the way across the line. When you get to the end, I want you to turn around and walk back.
Okay.
Alright, I would have the athlete repeat this 4 times, and I would take the best time that he was able to walk down and then turn around and complete it. The other option for this test would be to have the athlete perform all of these stances on a foam pad, but since he was very wobbly and had a lot of errors, I'm not going to have him do that. The errors that we have would be compared against their baseline testing to see how they're functioning. If they have a lot more errors than when they did during their baseline, it could be indicative of a concussion.